Good morning everyone, welcome back to JMC Creates. My name is Jackie McKissick and today we are making teacher gift number 1. Now a while ago Anne Melvin made this box and she made it like piano keys in here. And then I made it and I thought it would be good for my teacher gifts. But after making my second one, I decided I didn't want to make 5 boxes for each one, that there was just too many, so I cut it down to 3 boxes, and this is what I've come up with. So, what are we going to use? For your inner boxes, you need 3 pieces of whatever colour cardstock you feel like using, and they need to be 8.5 by 6. Now along the long side you're going to score at 1, 4, 5 and 8. Take the smaller bit to the bottom and score at 1, 4 and 5. Okay? And you're going to make 3 of these. So, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Right, you're just going to burnish all your score lines. So I'm trying to get my teacher gifts finished early this year. So we'll see how that works out. So, small section to the left, take away the bottom left bit and take away the top 2 rectangles and miter them. This is going to be your tab. Okay, cut just to the right of that score line straight down to the second score. Cut to the left of that score line straight down to the second score, and then this will be your last. Cut down to the second score to the right of the score line, because you're going to remove your score lines. Take away the top section only on there and then remove that score line. Take away, fold that down and take away both those pieces, those slim rectangles. Okay, then on the next one take away the top square. I'm going to remove all the score lines. Okay, so I'm just taking away those score lines. Right, so go to the bottom and you want to cut straight up to the first score line, and the same on the other side. Cut to the right of your score line and go straight up. Then take away your score lines again. Now you might not have as big score lines as I have. I don't know, but I like to remove my score lines to make the sides neater. So on this double piece you want to round the corners. Okay, You don't have to, but I like to round the corners. There we go. Right, let's get this stuff in the bin to give us a bit of room. Okay, so for this you need 3 pieces that are 2 3/4 by 7/8. Okay, now this one is directional, and I am going to have this as the front of my box, so when that folds down in, I need the pattern facing that way. So I am putting it on downside up basically, so that the pattern is facing the right way. I have to do it that way. Okay, then the other 2 go on there. Like that. So your paper layers would then be 2.5 by 2 5/8. So for your 2 large squares, your mats are going to be 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. So your paper layers will then be 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. And you need 2 of those for each box. So altogether for the boxes you need 6 of the square ones and 9 of the long ones. Okay, right, I'm going, no, before I do that, I want to, on this bit where you've removed it, this is going to be your top bit, you're going to take out a little niche. No, that's not enough, I need a bigger one than that. Yeah, that's better. Okay, then you glue, fold it over, put glue on your tab and put it on. Let that sit there. Right, for your outer box you need a piece of cardstock that is 11.5 by 11.5, and you're going to score at, let me see, inner boxes, outer boxes, at 1, 4 1/8, 7 3/8, and 10.5, and you do that on 2 sides. So 1, 4 1/8, 7 3/8, and 10.5. Okay, and we'll do our lid while we're here, and that is 7 3/8 by 7 3/8, and all you're going to do on all 4 sides is score at 1 and 2, and that is your lid. Okay, so that's all your scoring done. So now what you're going to do is just do all your burnishing. at the one time to save any problems. And I do like to burnish mine, so I like a good sharp crease line. So now I must admit, doing the 5 boxes was very time consuming, and I had another 2 of the teachers will get the 5 box one, but the other 6 teachers will get the 3 box one. So right, now what do I need to do? I need to cut away. Where is my pencil? I need to cut away this bit and this bit and this bit. That one's going to fall down there, so I need to take away this bit, and this bit. That one's going to fold over, so you do that on both sides. You're going to take away the corner and the 2 rectangles on either side of it. So the corner, rectangle 1 and rectangle 2. So I'm going to cut down this, and I'm going to cut down to the 2nd score line. Okay? Right? And then I'm going to remove this and this. Okay, and you need to miter those so that they're going to go in. Okay, so on the up, right, I need to do that on the other side. Okay, we want to take away these. And I am removing the score lines as I go along. Actually, I'm just going to cut that down to there like that. And then miter. So the camera switched off and I didn't notice, but I have just repeated the same on all 4 corners. Okay, removing the 3 corner, removing the corner in the square corner, and then the rectangle on either side of it is what you're removing, or the corner square, whatever way you want to say it. And then these big pieces are going to fold in, so you just want to miter them a little bit so that they go in nicely. And I'm just doing a very little bit. Okay, so this is going in like this, and this is going in like this. That is going in like that, that is going in like that. Then these are going to come up, and all of these are going to fold over to give it a bit more sturdiness. So let's get on with our gluing. I broke the whole top of my glue came out. My glue, this is a writing cap. Scrap Perfect writing cap, I think it was called, and I had to order another 2, but they come from America, so they will not be here until the end of October at least, probably the start of November. Okay, like that. So I'm just going to burnish that inside, flip it over to the other one and do it. Then I'm going to put glue on all the outside bits. These two bits here will help contain the sides, and the other two are just for sturdiness. It's not necessary to put these on. You could just leave out the 1 inch at either side if you didn't want to put them on, but I prefer, when I'm giving the teacher something, I prefer sturdiness, longevity. Okay, so that is your box. Now you want to put on your sides, and your red sections are 3 1/8 by 2 7/8, and your patterned papers will then be 2 7/8 by 2 5/8. Now, I forgot to tell you that I am using products from Positively Papercraft kit, September kit, September 22. In case you're watching this at a later date. Okay. The papers are all from there. The white cardstock and the red cardstock's just from my stash, but the papers are all from that kit. And even the paper that I used to make my poinsettia is from the Positively Papercraft September 22 kit. Right, once again, give it a good burnish from the inside. And that's your outer box ready. So, the lid. You want to remove all 3 corners, 3 squares, the outside 3 squares on all 4 sides need to be removed. So I am going to cut down to the 2nd score line, down to the 2nd score line, and remove those 2, then remove that one. Okay, and you're going to do that on all 4 sides, down to the 2nd score line, remove those 2, then remove that one, and you do that all the way around. And then I'm going to miter those. The square that is left as the tab, I'm going to miter it a little bit, just so that it's not sticking proud when I'm putting the lid together. And you just need to do a tiny little bit. Okay, nothing drastic. Like that. Right, I am going to decorate before I put it together, as it's easier to decorate the lid. And the lid is 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. You need one piece, and then your patterned paper will be 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. Your balderdash. Your outer, for God's sake, this does not want to stay in my hand today. Your side bits then will be 3 1/8 by 7/8, and your mats will be 2 7/8 by 5/8. And that is all your mats and layers done then. Now, this video might be a wee bit longer than normal, but teacher gifts generally are. So, glue on there and glue on there. These are your tabs. Hold it in, get a right angle, hold in till you get a right angle, and hold. And do the same on the other side. Hold and hold. Now I'm going to turn those back so that I can put glue on the two sides that's going to be covering up my tabs, or I generally do them first, because they need to be the strongest. Okay, and then we do the other two. And then after that, it's just a matter of hoping it'll fit. And that you haven't screwed up somewhere along the way, which I frequently do, unfortunately. So I'm just burnishing now with my bone folder, making sure everything's sticking down. Give it a good firm press. Right, now for the nitty gritty. Yay, we did it! It fits. Right, now I can go back to my other one. You want to put these two in, put a little glue on, bring the back one up, put more glue on, and take the top one down. Okay, and that's it. I'm going to take my bone folder and just burnish inside, especially on the two tabs. Okay, and then my lid should go in perfectly. Right, so now it is just the decoration bit. Oh, and I've got a little pack Turkish Delight in there. So I wanted to show you what sort of things you can fit in there. I've got a little packet of Maryland cookies in there. Now you do have to squidge them, because they're full of air. They're not full of biscuits, they're full of air. So they are. And then the third one will go in there. And then our lid will go on there. Now I have already done my decoration. This paper here came in this month's Positively Papercraft September 22 kit. Okay, and I used a Sue Wilson plain poinsettia die for that. This is some paper that I created with my oxide sprays, and I used, now this is also a Sue Wilson die set, but I got mine in a Positively Papercraft kit, so it makes for good. This blinking camera is only letting me record about 15 minutes at a time. It keeps shutting it out. But anyway, that's our box finished now, decoration and all. I got these little beads, these little gems, pearls, in September 22 Positively Papercraft kit 2. So, that's teacher gift number 1. I hope you liked it. Remember to comment, thumbs up, subscribe, and if my comments are still messed up, go back and comment on an old one please, so that YouTube doesn't kick you off. I hope you're all safe and well, and until the next time, check you out.